Hey everybody, welcome to a video in our tips and tricks series, and I just want to talk a little bit about what I'm doing with this project that is kind of cool. So this is the Metropolis sweater by Tanis Fiber Arts, and it's like a nice big chunky weight. It's going to eventually have a big thick turtleneck on it. So I'm almost finished with one sleeve. I'm just finishing up the ribbing here. So what I did with this project is this calls for a chunky weight yarn or bulky yarn. And I couldn't find one that just jumped out at me. I loved just kind of the picture on the pattern had this very similar look with like kind of mottled kind of brighter colors. By itself, I love the colors in the variegated, but I didn't want the sweater to be just that. So what I ended up doing is I paired it with a solid color wool. So this variegated skein, as you can see, has these kind of subtle cream tones to it. So by pairing it with the cream, it just made this really cool color effect where the color from the variegated yarn just really pops. So all I'm doing is I'm knitting with two yarns, the two strands at the same time. So it's as if I'm knitting with a chunky weight yarn instead of two worsted weight yarns. So as I'm knitting, I'm working on this sleeve here. As I'm knitting, you can see I have both of the pieces of yarn just together. So like I'm knitting as if it's just one. So again, play around with colors, and you can always add two worsted weights together to give you a different effect than you might get with just individually. So kind of a neat way to add color and texture to projects. So I hope that helped you learn something new. Happy knitting!